Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my May favourites. Can't believe we're already halfway through the year nearly, it's just gone so quickly. There's been a few new products I've been trying out throughout the month and I've really loved them, so I wanted to mention them in this video today, and there's also a few products that I've rediscovered that I've been really loving as well. Let's just get straight into it. If you'd like to see my May favourites, then please keep watching. So at about the start of May, I was going to the drugstore and I was on the hunt for some new foundations. I just really wanted to save my more high-end foundations for more special occasions because I found that I was just going through them so quickly, and high-end foundations can definitely be quite expensive. So I was on the look for some drugstore foundations and I picked up two, and I've literally not been able to put them down. I've just really been loving using them throughout the month. And the first one is the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Foundation. This is just such an incredible foundation. It is literally a dupe for the NARS Sheer Glow foundation, which is my absolute favourite high-end foundation, and when I tried this one out I couldn't believe how similar it was. The only difference is this probably has a little bit less coverage, but I really like that for more of an everyday natural look to my foundation. Having dry skin, it can be really hard to find a good quality foundation at the drugstore that isn't matte. A lot of foundations usually do end up going a bit matte on me, but after trying this one out a couple of times, I definitely love the finish. It's very similar to the finish of the NARS Sheer Glow as well. It's just got a really nice dewy, glowing look to the skin. As the name suggests, dewy and smooth. It does definitely live up to that name. And the colour I use is the number 220 Natural Beige, and I find that this is the perfect colour for when I'm a little bit more tanned, and it does match me just as much as Barcelona in the NARS foundation. So if you're looking for a really good drugstore foundation, I would definitely recommend the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. And the second foundation I've been using a lot also is the L'Oreal Lumi Magique Light Diffusing Foundation. This is such an amazing foundation as well. It's similar to the Maybelline in terms of the finish and the amount of coverage. It's definitely more of a light to medium coverage. You could build this up a little bit more, but I just find it looks really beautiful on the skin with more of that medium coverage. And I'm just absolutely in love with this. I've been alternating between the two on a day-to-day basis because I just like to wear something a little bit more natural throughout the day, nothing too full coverage. And like I said, I don't want to go through my high-end foundations too quickly because they are quite expensive. So these two foundations, I believe they're around about $20. So I find that's a really good price to be able to go through these ones a little bit quickly. It doesn't quite break the bank as much as buying a high-end foundation all that often. So I've been really loving this L'Oreal Lumi Magique foundation throughout the month of May. I was also on the hunt for a really good drugstore concealer, and I've absolutely fallen in love with this one, and it's the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I did have this one in a medium shade a few months back, and I found that was really good to match my skin tone when I'm a little bit more tanned, but I wanted a lighter colour to be able to highlight on the skin and to use it when I was a little bit more pale, and this colour was sold out everywhere. I couldn't find it for such a long time. And a few weeks ago I finally found it and I definitely had to pick it up. So this is the colour Light. I find that this concealer would definitely be a dupe for the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in terms of the amount of coverage and the finish. It does give a very flawless finish, but it doesn't look too cakey or too heavy. So I'll definitely say this is more of a medium coverage concealer, and I find it just blends out beautifully under the eyes and on the skin. I don't find I get any cakiness or I don't get any dryness under the eyes either. So I've been really loving the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And while I was also at the drugstore, I was on the hunt for a really good banana powder to set my concealer on the skin. And I came across this one from Australis, and it is the banana powder in a single compact. I do have the Australis AC on Tour kit, which I quite like, but I found I went through the banana powder really quickly in that one. So when I saw that they came out with single compacts, I definitely picked this one up. It was really inexpensive, and I just really love to use this on a day-to-day basis just to set underneath the eyes and down the centre of the face where I highlight, and that way it just gives a more brightened look to the skin. So I've definitely been loving using this one day-to-day and saving my more high-end products like the Anastasia contour kit and the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette for more special occasions as well. So just so I'm not going through my makeup too quickly, I've been definitely loving this banana powder from Australis. My favourite bronzer that I've been wearing non-stop throughout the month is this one by Physicians Formula, and it is the Bronze Booster in the shade Light to Medium. I've gone through this one so much recently. I just can't believe how much I've been using it. It just gives the perfect amount of warmth to the skin, and I just find it looks absolutely beautiful, very natural. So I have been wearing this one on an everyday basis when I've just had to quickly go out to run some errands or just go down to the shops. I haven't been wanting to wear a full face of makeup, but I just like to add a little bit of bronze to my skin, and this has just been the bronze that I've been grabbing for the most. I have been using this to death, so I have to be careful because this has actually come loose in the compact and it can tend to just fall out, but it just goes straight back in. So you can see the colour, it's just a very light, warm tone bronzer. I especially love warm tone bronzers. I just think that they give the most natural, bronzed, glowing look to the skin. And when I picked this one up from the drugstore and tried it out the first time, I just fell in love with it straight away. So if you're looking for a really good drugstore bronzer, I would definitely recommend this one from Physicians Formula. So there is a swatch of the Physicians Formula bronzer. You can see it has a very, very slight sheen on it, but I don't find that that shows up too much on the skin, so you're not going to get a really shiny looking bronzer with this one. It's definitely more of a natural satin finish, so you can see it's just a very, very light natural shade. You can build this up a little bit darker if you like, but I find I never have any trouble with accidentally putting too much on and then finding it really hard to blend out. I find this one's really easy to apply to the skin and just to build up how much colour that you're wanting. Another bronzing product I've been loving is this one from MAC, and it is in the shade Global Glow. This is like a bronzer highlighter hybrid. It's kind of just a really beautiful light golden bronzing colour, and I've been loving using this one instead of a blush just to give a really beautiful bronzed glowing look to the skin, and I just find that this just looks amazing all over the apples of the cheeks, blended all the way up to the top of the ears, and I just find it looks really, really radiant. It just makes my skin look beautiful and dewy and glowing. So this is the colour here, so you can see it has a really nice amount of sheen, a little bit of gold veining to it, but it's definitely not glittery. So that's why I've been loving using this one on an everyday basis, but also when I've been going out. I just love the bronze look on the cheeks at the moment, especially if I'm doing a really like bright or intense lip colour. I find going more subtle on the cheeks always works best, so I love using a colour like this just to bronze up my cheeks a bit more. And this is a swatch of the Global Glow. So you can see it's a little bit of a lighter tone than the bronze colour, and it does have a lot more sheen to it. So this one's just absolutely beautiful. Used in place of a blush and even a highlighter, it definitely gives a really beautiful highlighted look to the skin as well. Now for a highlighter, I've definitely been on a drugstore kick lately, and I picked up this highlighting palette by Sleek. And this is called the Solstice highlighting palette. First of all, the packaging of this is just so beautiful. I love anything gold. I just find it just makes it look a lot more expensive and luxurious looking, so I thought that was a really nice packaging from Sleek. So this is the palette here. It has a really nice big mirror up the top, which is really handy to do your makeup on the go or to take with you traveling. And then these are the 4 shades here. So there is one cream shade up the top, which I believe in my previous highlighter video I thought this was a powder, so I made a mistake with that one, but this one is cream, and then you've got 3 powder highlight shades. So this one's a little bit more of a yellow gold tone. You've got more of a lavender shade, and then this beautiful pink champagne tone, which has been raved about so much since Jaclyn Hill mentioned it on her Snapchat. I am wearing that on the top of my cheeks, and you can just see how intense and extremely pigmented that colour is. I dipped my brush in there really lightly and had to tap off all the excess, and that's still how much pigment I got from it. So it is definitely full on pigmented. So if you like a really intense highlighter, definitely try out this Sleek Solstice highlighting palette. And that is some swatches of that palette. So this one is the more pink champagne tone called Equinox. And then this is more of the lavender tone here. I am wearing this as my inner corner highlight today, and it's just such a beautiful soft lavender colour. You can see how extremely pigmented it is. That was just one quick swatch on my finger. You can see there's quite a lot of product still left on there. It's just crazy pigmented. So these highlighters just give such a beautiful metallic finish to the skin. I just love wearing them for more of an intense illuminating look to the skin. Now moving on to some eye products. I've rediscovered a eyeshadow palette that I used to use quite a lot, and I haven't used it for quite a while, and I was digging through my makeup drawers and I found this palette and I was like, why haven't I been using this recently? I love the colours in it, and it is the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. First of all, this packaging is just so beautiful with the rose gold tin case and the gold writing. I absolutely love the packaging of this one. This is such a sturdy case to take with you traveling. And so these are all the colours. It's just such a beautiful rose gold toned palette. I'm absolutely in love with these colours. I am wearing a few of them on my eyes today. I'm wearing the shade Limit, which is a really soft dusty rose tone in the crease. And then I'm also wearing Nuna, which is more of a deeper tone rose violet shade in the outer corners and underneath my eyes. I'm also wearing the shade Trick on my eyelid, and I just find that is such a beautiful rose gold shade. It's probably my favourite colour in this palette, and I just love that there's some really nice lighter shades, more medium tone shades, and then darker shades. You could definitely create quite a few different eyeshadow looks with this palette, and I just think it's so incredibly beautiful. So I've been reaching for this palette recently, and I'm really glad that I rediscovered it. And these are some swatches. You can see the pigment is beautiful. The metallic shades are really beautiful and shiny. It just gives such a nice metallic finish. And then the matte shades are really smooth and creamy and really easy to blend. So really impressed with the pigment of these Urban Decay shadows, and I just love this palette so much. I do have the other Naked palettes as well, but I've been reaching for this one a lot lately during the month of May. Some more eye products that I've recently discovered again throughout the month has been these loose eye dusts from Napoleon Perdis. These are a loose eyeshadow pigment, and I used to use these quite a lot. I did work at Napoleon Perdis Cosmetics for about a year, a few years back. I just love these. These were definitely one of my favourite products that Napoleon does, and I was sifting through my drawers the other day and I stumbled across them and I was like, oh my god, I used to love using these. So I wanted to use them in a makeup look, and I was just blown away by them once again. So I've kept them out of my drawer, and I'm planning to use them a lot more and to use a couple in some tutorials coming up. The first colour I have here is called Starlight, and this is just the most beautiful, soft, iridescent pink champagne colour. It is just such a beautiful colour. I am wearing this on the inner third of the eyes, and I just love the glittery effect that it gives, but it's not too much of a chunky glitter. It's just a really finely milled glitter, so I find I don't get any fallout with this one, and I didn't even need to use any Fix Plus or anything to wet my brush. It just applies to the lid so easily, and I'm just so in love with these pigments once again. And if you haven't tried them out, I would definitely recommend going out and trying some of these Napoleon Perdis loose eye dusts. This second colour here is called Honey Child. I did use this in a previous video. It's just such a beautiful light gold shade, and it just gives such a beautiful iridescent look to the eyes, and just really finishes off your makeup look if you're wanting something a little bit more glam with adding a little bit more of a shimmer. I find that these eyeshadows are perfect for that. And this third shade here is called Copper Element, and this is the most stunning bronzed coppery shade. Oh, it's so incredibly beautiful. I'm definitely going to use this in a tutorial soon because I've just fallen in love with it all over again. And those are the swatches of those three colours. You can just see how much of a beautiful metallic foiled-like effect that these give without the fallout of regular loose eyeshadows. That's especially why I love this formula, and I just love these colours. They're just so iridescent, so shiny, and just look absolutely beautiful on the eyes. Moving on to some lip products. This first lip product I've been using pretty much every day and every night, and it is this Mecca Cosmetica Lip Luscious Lip Protectant. This is the most beautiful lip balm I think I've ever seen and ever tried. It's just, oh my god, it's so amazing. First of all, the packaging is really beautiful. It's got like a frosted glass bottle. This is what the product looks like. So it's a really beautiful, soft rose pink colour, and this is just such an amazing lip balm. I use this morning and night, and it just makes my lips feel so incredibly smooth and hydrated. I get really dry lips, especially coming into winter in Australia. My lips just look so gross and so cracked and disgusting. So I've been using this morning and night, and it's definitely made a difference to my lips. Another way I like to use this product is to wear it before I apply a liquid lipstick or afterwards, because some liquid lipstick brands can be quite drying on the lips. There's nothing worse than having that really dry, chapped feeling. So I like to use this either before I apply the liquid lipstick, or I use it on top to give a little bit more of a glossy finish. I have done that today with this liquid lipstick I'm wearing. I just popped a little bit of this balm over the top, and it's just made it so much more comfortable to wear. I don't find it makes the liquid lipstick bleed or anything like that, so it just makes it a little bit more comfortable to wear and just gives a slight glossy look to the lips. So I've been loving this Mecca Cosmetica lip balm throughout the month of May. And my last favourite product for the month are these liquid lipsticks by the brand Lipland. These are the ones that were a collaboration with Amrezy, and I've just been reaching for these colours a lot lately, and I just had to talk about them in my favourites. They are just such beautiful colours. These are definitely my sort of go-to colours if I'm wanting more of a nude or more of a brighter colour lip, so I've been loving these liquid lipsticks. So this first shade here is the one I'm wearing on my lips today, and it's called Montenegro, and this is such a beautiful deep plum purple shade. is just the perfect deep plum lip colour. I just absolutely love this one. The only thing I don't like about these so much is the formula. They are a little bit drying on my lips, so I did use my Mecca lip balm just to add a little bit more moisture to them, but the colours of these are just absolutely beautiful, so I can live with them being a little bit more dry. And this next shade here is called Brooklyn, and this is such a beautiful bright coral colour. I did wear this in my recent video for my holiday makeup look, and it is just the most beautiful coral lip colour I think I've ever seen. It just gives such an amazing colour on the lips. Corals are definitely my preferred lip colour over pinks, so anything that's coral definitely catches my eye, and this colour was just absolutely beautiful when I wore it, so I've been loving this one. And the last colour here is called Rezy, and this is just the perfect nude pink shade. It's really hard for me to find a nice pink lipstick because I just don't think that they flatter me too much, but definitely more of a softer pink colour I can wear, and when I saw this one released I definitely had to pick it up, and I absolutely love this one. So this one is Rezy by Lipland and Amrezy. And so those are the swatches there of those colours. So they are very pigmented and they feel really smooth when you swatch them. They do definitely dry a bit more than other liquid lipstick brands I've tried, but the colours of these are just incredible. And I did see that Amrezy is releasing some more colours, so I definitely think I'm going to have to pick them up because all the colours she releases are pretty much the colours that I love, so I will be looking at those and will most likely be picking those up as well. So those were all of my favourite products from the month of May. I really hope you enjoyed this video and you saw some products that you might have been wanting to try out, or some products that you've rediscovered as well. Let me know in the comments below what your favourite products for the month of May are. I'm always looking for new makeup products to try, so leave me all of your suggestions below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video and subscribe to my channel. There are plenty more videos coming shortly. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.